How's it going, everyone? This is Kevin. Today I wanted to bring you along with me because I wanted to put my stabilizer to the test versus handheld footage and ask the ultimate question: do stabilizers make a huge difference? So let's jump right into it. So I arrived to the rooftop of this parking garage where I'm going to be showing you the examples. We're going to be using my Zion Crane V2 that I got a couple years ago for like 300 or so bucks. So it's not like at the top of the line or anything like that, but I want to use it in comparison to handheld footage. So we're going to get some example footage in a bit, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of pros and cons from both ends and go from there. So here we go. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit of the pros of the stabilizer. The obvious one is that it stabilizes your footage, so that's a given already. Another one, it just makes your footage looks more cinematic and professional, so that's another thing that I like about it. And the last thing is, for the price point, actually it's a good investment for getting those nice professional looking shots. Obviously, some cons about the stabilizer is the size of it. It's not the most ideal, obviously, in tight situations, depending on what kind of footage you try to get. Also, the traveling with it is not the most exciting. The case of it is kind of big, so it's a little bit hard to take with me. But, and then also, I guess one more thing would be the weight. You're having to get a little bit of that holding on to it. It gets a little bit tiring, so longevity-wise, when you're filming, not the most exciting. Now, when it comes down to handheld footage, the pros of it, obviously, you're not having to bring a stabilizer with you, so the transportation is a lot easier because it's just your camera. You can do a little bit more action shots with it where it's like a lot faster, kind of panning through, so that's something that I like to use it for. I did a video of a tennis brand recently that works with my tennis academy, so here's a little bit of that footage so you can see what I'm talking about with the panning and the speed, and kind of like makes it look more action cammy. So that's one of the things that I like about this as well. And then another thing is that you can get into those tight spots that you couldn't with a stabilizer, depending on the type of job that you're doing. Like, for example, at a coffee shop, there's limited amounts of space, so it makes it easier. As for cons with this, well, it can get choppy if you don't do it right. Also, it can look a little bit more amateur hour if you don't do the right choices when it comes down to the footage that you're trying to do with the handheld. Whether you're trying to do the walking, it gets wobbly, so it's not the most exciting thing to use it for, and that kind of just sets you back a little bit. Now that we've covered all the pros and cons for each, we're going to do some footage comparison, and you guys can decide what you like best. So here we go. I'm just going to do a simple walk going towards my car and filming it, one with a stabilizer, then one with just a handheld, and then I'm going to do a handheld with warp stabilizer to see if that's a method that could work for you. So we're going to get creative with it and just have some fun. So let's get to it. Those were some quick comparisons, just basically walking to it and kind of like a little side pan just to show you the handheld versus the stabilizer. So let me know in the comments down below which one you like best, or would you get a stabilizer? That way, you know, I mean, this is not for everybody. Not everybody needs a stabilizer. Some people might use it more, sometimes for real estate, sometimes just because you know you're gonna be doing a lot more long walking movements. So could be for you. I don't use it every day, so obviously I kind of get lazy with it a lot of the times, unless like it's for a paid job that I know I'm gonna need it. So pros and cons, like I said. So a cool little pro that actually this stabilizer has is that you can connect it through an app via Bluetooth on your phone. Is like the Zion Assistant or something app, where you can actually control it how you want it to move, like side to side, up and down. So it's actually very useful whenever you're kind of just wanting to set it as a tripod and kind of just follow along. So I'm gonna do a little bit of footage with that, with the Play app thing that it has, and show you a little bit of footage example to see what you can use it for. So I've connected to the app via Bluetooth to connect to the stabilizer. So here you can check like the calibration and kind of just see what the battery is like and everything. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the panning real quick. The app itself is relatively pretty simple, so I'm not going to go too in depth of it, but here's some footage using the app with the panning. So here we go. I'm going to make it pan to the right, slowly but surely. So that's the footage as you see. Boom. And I'm going to make it come back and then kind of make it go upward so that you can kind of see it, maybe like move up a little bit. I can make it go down, which is nice. So it kind of helps you out to add a little bit more movement if you're trying to do like a panning shot that you don't want to move so much and it's stable as can be. So we're gonna do a walking shot of me where you can only mainly see my feet with this camera. So I'm gonna be using the controls to follow me along, just to kind of show you a little pan that you can do that it makes it more cinematic. So here we go. So as you see, obviously it was a little choppy for me because I can't see behind the screen so well. Usually I would be behind the screen following along the subject, but that's another scenario that you can use it for. Anyways guys, this was the whole video. Hopefully this helped you out to decide if you do need a stabilizer, and if it does make a huge difference. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. And thank you so much for stopping by to watch this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share it with a friend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.